guys, so thank you for tuning into the video. Obviously you see the name of the title, and basically what I want to do here is give you some information to help you broaden up and sculpt your knowledge on things that I wish I would have known when I first started dieting, and just helpful tips that could help you, you know, skip all the trial and error that I went through when I first started ever like working out or even getting into the fitness lifestyle, you know?
No mercy for you, no worries for you. That Game of Thrones, go Cersei on you.
Just all this stuff that I had. So one of the very first things that came to my mind was basically tracking your macros. I didn't know how important that was until it actually came down to wanting to diet and actually wanting to change my physique, and you know, just overall, like, tracking your macros is just like such a powerful tool that you have. If you guys do track your calories or your macros, if you want to be a little more precise, it's going to be a much easier way to either lose body weight or gain body weight, whatever you want to do. Lose body fat, because there's two different things between gaining weight and dropping body fat, you know? There's two different things. Those are two different levels, and that's when it really comes down to tracking your macronutrients on what your goals are, guys. I highly suggest, if you guys don't know how to track your macros or calculate it, you know, just brushing up on your knowledge. There's so much knowledge out there on Google and stuff. If you guys really want to know, I can tell you guys what I do, but just comment down below, let me know. But yes, that's rule number one.
I flip the script, I roll the dice. Don't fall asleep, cause I'm working nights. Hey, you.
Tip number 2 coming at you. Tip number 2, guys. Back then I had this huge like dilemma in my head going on. If I eat like a burger and fries, like I started feeling guilty. I started like kind of feeling down, like, man, I'm gaining weight. Just eating this right now is already putting pounds of fat on me, and that was really not the case. I didn't know what I was talking about. That's when I discovered flexible dieting, macronutrients. So I would have this mindset around me where if I was to eat chicken and rice and lettuce and egg whites all day, every day, that I'm just gonna gain copious amounts of muscles and just slam freaking muscles left and right of me, and that's not the case, you know? It comes down back to my tip number 1 on tracking your macros. Because at the end of the day, if you get a certain amount of calories from a burger and fries versus a certain amount of calories from eating chicken breast and being miserable, eating rice every single day in and day out, you're gonna get the exact same results. Because at the end of the day, it's about calories. It comes down to your macronutrients, guys. That's how I always push for people and persuade them, instead of, hey, you know, instead of being miserable on that one diet, just try flexible dieting. It's much more enjoyable, it's much more attainable dieting, because when it comes down to dieting, it comes down to your mental mindset. If you're gonna be able to handle being able to diet for so many weeks in, you know what I mean? Because some people get stressed out on how difficult it is because they just don't look forward to eating the certain type of food they are, so they just quit. That's why people just don't diet, because they think that all they have to do is eat clean foods such as chicken and rice and lettuce just to see results, and it's really not the case.
Trying to shut me out is getting blatant. Hey, I come and see you now, no hesitation. Yeah, I'm really.
So it brings me to mistake number 3. And mistake number 3 is being on a high protein diet. And what I back in the day, I used to be on a high protein diet, and I had this mindset where the more protein, the more muscle. And yes, protein does contribute to help you build muscle and stuff, but lots of people have this misconception of taking too much protein, and just because they're not really that knowledgeable on how much protein they should be intaking. So what I want to tell you guys is, I used to do tons of research like on bodybuilders, on what they were doing, on actually these bodybuilders were competing and they were on steroids, and I just thought, maybe, you know what, since they have super big muscles and tons of muscles on them, maybe if I started doing what they're doing, maybe it would work for me. And it didn't, you know. They're obviously on steroids, so their body functions completely different. they need large amounts of protein because their protein synthesis for their body is just off the charts. So the more protein they take, the better for them, you know what I mean? Which is really not the case when it comes down to natural lifters. Natural lifters, we need more protein than the average person, but the average person doesn't need a high protein diet either. So this comes down to about, let me give you an example. I personally love to go 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if I weigh 190 pounds, I'm gonna go with 190 grams of protein. And you really do not want to excessively shoot your protein, because this will cause your body to, a lot of people think of getting your protein that if you take too much, your body's just gonna get rid of it. And that's not the case. I used to think of that too. I kind of noticed I'm saying that is not the case. So I'm gonna switch that up. So your body doesn't actually just flush out the protein in the form of poop. It doesn't do that. It stores it for energy that can be used on for later on. Of course, your protein is gonna change depending on whether you're cutting or bulking, and that's just more in depth into another topic. So let's move on to the next one.
Tired of being patient. Hey, if you won't give it to me, I'ma take it.
And this brings me to point number 4. So guys, tons of people, especially in the fitness industry, they see carbs as the enemy. And what I mean by that is they think that if they keep intaking carbs and excessive amounts of carbs, especially when you're dieting, that it's just gonna put tons of fat on you. And that's not what's gonna happen. That's not what ideally happens. So basically what carbs do is they give you energy, and especially when you're in dieting, whenever you're in a caloric deficit, you need those carbs to give you energy to maintain a great workout in the gyms. That way your body can maintain its muscle mass that you've worked so hard for. Because if you honestly cut out all your carbs, or not even all of them, but if you cut out a good percentage, you're most likely going to be in a super horrible energy feeling, and in the gym you're just not going to be able to give it your all, and you're not going to be able to maintain your muscles, and you know, there it goes. All that hard work you put in, it's gone just in a blink of an eye, just because people want to neglect that. Yes, you might see all these articles online on your favorite bodybuilder on how low carb they can get and still putting on muscle size while burning fat, and you gotta be realistic. Us natural lifters, that there's no way that's going to be possible. It's actually scientifically proven, a test, that if those guys were to just take steroids and you work out 3 to 4 times a week and keep your diet on point, that they're still going to make way more progress than you if they're sitting on their couch taking steroids. This is just scientifically proven, because steroids were made for people with diseases, with injuries, with surgeries, to get back into what their original. So basically, it's like magic, you know what I mean? And I'm not persuading you to take steroids, because we're not about that life on this channel. I mean, if you're doing it, congrats to you, man. But I'm not promoting it in any such shape, way, or form, guys. I'm just trying to inform you a little bit about that. So let's move on to the next step.
Take it.
So this brings me to point number 5, and it's dropping your calories way too low. This is very, very similar to dropping your carbs way too low, like on point number 4. But we're thinking logical now. If this is 2017, people want insanely quick results. They think they're gonna be shredded in a week or 2, and then that's not gonna happen, guys. I'm sorry to break it to you. I'm sorry to break this ice. I'm sorry to give you this, you know, but that's not gonna happen. I'm sorry to tell you. So people have this mistake where if you drop your calories so low, right, that the lower you go, the faster you're just gonna burn fat. And that's not gonna happen, because your body, the lower you put your calories at, then your body's just gonna adjust to it. So the next week you're gonna have to drop it even lower in calories, and then your body's gonna adjust to that as well, because your body will continuously adjust to what you're dieting to, you know what I mean? So when that happens, you're just gonna basically run out of room of how low calories you can get, and your diet is not gonna be sustainable. You're gonna quit. It's gonna make you feel so dreadful, because you don't have enough food coming in you to give you enough energy throughout the day. So what you wanna do is start off as high as possible, as high as possible amount of calories where you can burn fat, and that way as the weeks go by, you slowly just drop your calories. As soon as your body is adjust to your like plateaus to body fat loss, and that's when you would drop and then drop. This will give you way more room to work with, and it'll give you a longer sustainability of dieting and give you much better results as if you were just to start at very low and just make you look completely malnourished, and it won't give you any results. So guys, that is going to be the 5 tips I had for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and found this a little informative and kind of cool, because some of you guys don't know a lot about this stuff, and I still love to brush up on my knowledge on this, so I continuously watch different videos and look up information. So if you guys enjoyed this, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Truly appreciate it. If you guys want more informative videos like this, just let me know, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see the positive feedback, and I will definitely come back at you guys with another one. So until next time, keep it real, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
And you say that I'm crying for you, I heard you whispering. No, I just feel sorry for you, if that's what you think.